Welcome back to another global street food episode. Today, 2 of our normals are going to try and guess a dish. Where in the world is it from? If they get the answer spot on, 3 points. If they don't, then the closest wrong answer gets 1 point. 4 dishes for you to try. Boys, are you ready?
This is whatever it smells so bad.
Fermented fishy smell coming from here.
There is an odour.
I'm holding back a gag.
Boys, blindfolds off.
Okay. So, it's pungent for a start.
It's definitely fermented.
Oh man, it
We
comes.
should address the elephant in the room that people at home can't smell. It is, well, it has an odour.
Yeah, it is. It smells, I would describe as, like fermented fish.
It's like intense bonito flakes.
Like acidity as well.
Intense. It's almost a strumming, kind of like, it's quite invasive.
Now, this is a street food item. One of the reasons for that is restaurants prefer not to have it indoors. Work out where in the world it's from, and then I just need you to pick a country.
Focus on the flavour.
It tastes nice. It's got good flavour.
What?
When you separate the smell from it,
What is it though?
it's really bouncy. Is it tofu?
It is tofu. So it's kind of crispy on the outside because it's been fried. It's kind of the usual bouncy chew on the inside. And this is created in a brine of all sorts of different things. Milk, vegetables, meat, often things like dried shrimp. You're getting a little bit of fish from there. Herbs. And they're left to ferment for several months.
Oh, wow. Taste it. I mean, there's a lot of flavour in that. Very spicy, sweet. Like a spicy, sweet, acidic sauce.
Yep.
It's
bitter, quite
tasty.
salty.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
intense aroma.
I wouldn't say it's fishy, which is...
Now I've eaten it, I can accept the smell more. If they've all kind of merged together.
Yeah, it's got a sense of place now.
This might be quite difficult for the pair of you in particular because a lot of people liken this to a really aged cheese and that huge funk that makes it quite stinky.
Very funky. I mean, seeing as we're on holiday and there's clearly a lovely sunset in the studio.
I need this.
Cheers.
Interestingly, it's said that this dish came about when a struggling shopkeeper had some unsold tofu that went green and started to ferment, but ignoring the foul smell, he ate it and discovered a great taste. And then he started selling this creation and it was incredibly successful in this area, this country.
Ooh, nearly slept, didn't you there?
Be careful.
It's all, you know what it kind of reminds me of? It's like a really spicy mole as well, in terms of it has that bitterness and depth to it.
Yeah.
But incredibly funky.
Okay, well, all I need you to do is lock in one country. Remember, if you get it spot on, 3 points. If you both get it wrong, then the closest answer, centroids of the countries, takes a point.
I've got one. I don't know if it's right, but I think I'm in the right area.
Okay, boys.
Okay.
You both have an answer locked in.
Yep.
Please reveal it in 3, 2, 1.
Cambodia.
What the heck?
Shut your
way.
mouth! Oh, imagine if it's right. Naked Studio Dash if it's Cambodia.
Okay, yeah, right, cool.
I don't think we've ever had it where both
Good,
contestants have got it absolutely spot on. So get your blur feature at the ready on the edit. You're both 1,298 miles away.
Bums away.
So I think the curveball there was milk, because I instantly thought Asia.
Yeah.
I know Cambodia's in Asia.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you said milk, I was thinking, well, actually, moving further towards Europe. But then I couldn't think of places in Europe that ate tofu and that sort of fermented fish flavours. So I stuck to Cambodia.
This struggling shop owner who created this dish, which is now called stinky tofu, became so popular in the Qing dynasty that a Chinese empress loved it, added it to the imperial palace's menu. However, nowadays it's moved to Taiwan and by many is considered to be a national dish there. Taiwan is the answer. You were both 1,298
Made in Taiwan.
miles away.
And that use of milk is common, I guess.
You think that's the part of the world also big on bubble tea and things like that as well?
Like there's enriched doughs,
Milk
of
buns,
course.
a lot of influence there.
I would never have guessed that, so I'm not disappointed in myself.
But you're right, definitely on the funky, stinky end of the scale. That's why it's street food. 1 point each, because you drew.
That's generous.
Would you like another one?
Yes, please.
Can it be less smelly?
Number 2, blindfolds off.
Oh, okay. A deep fried surprise. Let's have a look. Oh, they are weighty.
Tear it, nibble it, bite it.
Okay, it's not chocolate, it's meat.
Very minced meat, a very tightly minced meat.
Lamb.
Now, as you might imagine, as is often the case with so many street food, there are a variety of fillings, sometimes offal, but this is made with lamb. Onion, the kind of salt, pepper, spices like ground cumin.
It's almost like a paste. It's so soft. The texture's lovely. It's so soft. I was expecting a bounce and a chew.
What's throwing me is the batter, because on first inspection it looks just really crunchy, but then there's almost a breadiness to it. So it's quite a thick batter.
Yes, it's soft on the inside, isn't it? And spongy. There's a thick layer and then a real crisp.
That's bready.
I'm going to be honest, there's quite an art to making these, and we've seen videos where street vendors are making like 1,000 plus a day. It's quite an art.
They are exceptional. They've got everything that you want from a street food. It's handheld, it's not messy. It's got a million different textures. It's delicious.
It's still really naughty.
And when you eat the dough on its own, it just tastes like donuts.
Yeah.
Fried bread in that sense. And you're right about the pasty middle. In this case, it's lamb that's been slow cooked and then pounded together with the spices. And that's put inside this really sticky tacky batter-like dough that is yeasted. Sometimes it's served with like a tomato sauce kind of dippy thing, but because it's street food, sometimes just as you're eating it, one of those. When it's made in bulk and using things like offcuts and offal, sometimes a bit of potato as a filler, it makes them very, very affordable. So you can buy a few of those for the equivalent of less than £1.
The spices aren't taking me to any particular region.
No, and when I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's tempura. But then when you bite into it, it's not.
Don't normally give you the name of the dish in case it gives it away, but I'm going to.
Okay.
They are gumma. Gumma. Boys, with both your answers scribbled in, let's reveal them in 3, 2, 1.
Saudi Arabia.
Wales.
Explain your logic.
And mine was a regional thing. Pick something in the area. I was thinking lamb, and I was thinking offal, and then I thought cumin. You know, it is one of the spices used in that region.
A good logic. Barry, your logic?
Packed full of lamb and so Wales.
Packed full of lamb, and so is Wales. On that basis, you should have said New Zealand.
I know, I thought
the ratio of population to lamb is higher.
In my head, it was either or, but I was like, Wales is closer to other countries that I think it might be from. So,
Barry,
yeah.
you're an awful long way away.
Okay.
To be fair, so's Mike. This is from Uzbekistan.
Oh, okay.
So Mike, 1,650 miles away. Barry, 3,129 miles away. It's kind of a national street food dish there. Gumma, filled with deliciousness, deep fried. And there are some amazing videos that are worth going and watching on YouTube.
And for something that's relatively simple in terms of prep, albeit time consuming outside of the dough handling, the texture is phenomenal. And it's not quite like many things I've had before in this form.
And think about it, in Uzbekistan, it's very staple ingredients. We're talking flour, yeast, lamb, and some local spices. It's kind of it all fried up in oil.
Banging, absolutely banging.
And you put a lamb donut on the menu in the UK. People would love that.
That is a great
roast
shout.
dinner donut.
Roast dinner, do it in a Yorkshire batter.
Now we're talking. Mike, you've got 2 points to Barry's 1. Let's move on to round 3.
We just invented a restaurant.
Mike taking a slight lead. Blindfolds off for number 3.
Ooh, hello. My first thought was they're mini pastinatas in terms of something in pastry. Oh, there's a paste inside.
It was really smooth paste.
Is there?
Has got sweet corn and spring onion on top. You've seen those. Can you work out what the rest of it is?
Really recognisable. Why can't I place it?
I've had it loads. It's
Sweet. What is that?
They're kind of mini pancakes made from a coconut and
It's
rice.
coconut. It's
coconut.
coconut.
It's
It's
obvious
just,
coconut.
That doesn't look like it should have coconut in it. Wow, that's fantastic.
okay.
So they're kind of sweet savoury combo. The sweet corn helping to lean it more towards sweet, and coconut the association with desserts as well as savoury dishes. And then they're cooked in a special pan to give you that kind of crisp underside and almost custardy middle.
Yeah, it is. It's a really smooth. And it's a coconut paste or a coconustard.
A coconustard, yeah.
Yeah.
With rice flour.
The dough
Really good.
is 80% sweetness with a savoury topping.
It's not a sugary sweetness. It's almost
Yeah.
a natural sweetness.
Yeah, and the sweet corn is helping with that, which is again a very natural sweetness. We get so much of our global sweetness from corn and corn syrup and the likes.
Wow, they're great. It's fatty, and the textures are excellent because it's all fried and crispy and lovely, and then it's all smooth and silky.
So we actually cooked these in our abrasquiva pan, which is not where these are from, but it's a similar shaped pan.
Okay.
Apparently historically popular amongst the working class because they're a quick, easy and affordable snack. Think street markets again,
markets,
night markets,
outdoors.
food courts. It's all that kind of street food vibes. Scribble something down, see what you got. You've both locked in an answer. Reveal them in 3, 2, 1.
Indonesia.
Australia.
One of you is further away than any guess so far in this game. These are called Kranom Krok and are from Thailand.
Wow.
So Mike, you take a
okay.
point with just
Yeah.
1,450 miles difference. Barry, 3,598 miles away.
I would not have guessed Thailand at all from the flavours that were in that.
Yeah, I thought Indonesia because the ingredients list were very, very similar to the Indonesian dish we made in the A to Z challenge. And then I thought, I wonder if Kush stumbled across these while researching for
right.
that and thought, let's chuck them in a street food episode.
A good logic. I mean, similar ingredients, the basis of that being coconut and rice flour. So that will kind
tapioca.
of lead you towards a particular country, in this case, Thailand.
It sounds like a really simple recipe again. That's something we should be making more ourselves because they are delicious.
The shape comes from the special pan. I don't see any reason why you couldn't just do it as more simple pancakes, but obviously you want the cup shell to get custardy middle.
Definitely.
Well done, Mike.
That's the game changer.
3-1. Baz, you need to get this spot on to take the win.
bully.
Let's move into round 4.
You need a bully.
There's always a chance. There's always a chance.
There is always a chance. Statistically,
Yeah,
you're not going to make this.
I'm running out of countries.
Last one. Blindfolds off. Go.
Whoa! Okay. What the heck? Are we
These got
expected?
pork scratchings on the top.
They have, yeah. And it looks like
They
a
have.
white fish as well. What are you?
Is it a
That's
vegetable?
lovely. Yeah.
Or a fruit?
I mean, you're doing it spot on. It is a dish designed to be eaten by
It's
hands.
lovely. It's really sweet.
In our A to Z of countries, we've used this ingredient an awful lot.
Cassava?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or yucca. Boiled yucca, topped with chicharrones, and it's on a cabbage salad, often dressed with like a vinegar acidic dressing, lots of lime, some chili, and it's served on a palm leaf.
Are these integral to the dish?
Served on the side, as is
Cheers.
lime.
Come on.
Okay, fine.
It's got a little bit
Just
of
the end.
diced tomato
Oh,
in
just
there.
the end, okay.
Yeah.
Do an end.
Hey. Really sweet.
Oh, it's peppery. Not like spicy pepper. It's
Oh, that's absolutely fine.
like red pepper.
That's lovely. That looks terrifying, but it's absolutely fine.
Ah,
What the heck?
lads.
No, sorry. Oh my goodness, it's so spicy.
Oh,
I'm so-
sincerity.
I got a
Oh,
seed.
it's starting to get spicy.
I got a seed.
Oh, it's starting to get really spicy. Why is one half fine and the other half is really spicy?
So,
Dangerous in such.
I finished my liar!
back to the game. The dish is often sold at kiosks or from street vendors, especially in the cities of this country. It can be eaten at any time of the day, breakfast, lunch or dinner, and it is particularly popular because it can be eaten with your hands.
How?
You spotted all the ingredients. You know, it's a salt, lime, chili. It's got some tomato, cabbage,
Really
kind
simple.
of a vinegared dressing, chicharrones, and then the key ingredient, the boiled yuca.
Where are you from?
Is it a Mayan dish?
It is widely reported to have been created in 1914 by a lady
No is the answer.
who wanted to sell it and stand out from the crowds as a street vendor, and she sold these at local baseball games. She was known as La Loca, the crazy woman. It's true that it is sold in other countries or versions of it, but this particular country is so proud of it that when another country claimed it was theirs, there was a huge backlash and they were made to take down the video. This was a major news channel that claimed it, and they were actually asked to take down the video because of how much the country that it does come from said, no, it's ours. Where in the world is this from? A few ingredients in there that might steer you. Answers locked in. Lips still tingling. Reveal your answer in 3, 2, 1.
Colombia.
Venezuela.
Oh, we had a Venezuelan one last time.
Did
didn't
we?
Both in a very similar part of the world. I can tell you that neither of you are correct. However, one of you is the closest guess yet in the game, just 939 miles away.
That's got to be double points.
Still wouldn't help you.
Oh, yeah.
This dish is called Vigoron, and it is from Nicaragua,
Oh, okay.
which puts Mike fractionally closer with 939 miles. Baz, you're 1,343 miles away. So we're talking sort of Central America, that thin bit between North America and South America. And whilst it was La Loca, the crazy woman, who originally came up with the dish, it's believed you can now get excellent versions of this dish in Granada, the city, by El Gordito, the little fat man, La Pelona, the bald woman, or La Perla, the pearl. These are all excellent places that currently sell this dish
Amazing.
in the city.
I think it's my favourite one so far today.
Really refreshing,
Yeah.
completely different. You've still got that lovely texture of the chicharrones as well as the cabbage. And the yuca is, like you say, it's that kind of starchy, soft boiled vegetable. Delicious. Mike, that means you win 4 points to 1.
That's
Congratulations.
That's my biggest loss. in
That
this.
is, some would call a pasting. An absolute
Why
whapping.
rub it in?
Whatever you do, both wash your hands before you rub it in.
Yeah.
Over to you guys. Comment down below how many of those would you have got correct, and if there's any other dishes from anywhere else in the world that you'd love us to explore for our blindfolded normals, comment down below.